Joining us today is Jeroen Chantrain, who's coached at two of the most iconic clubs in Belgian football, RSC Anderlecht, the country's most successful club, and Royal Antwerp, the oldest club. How cool is this? Welcome to the Soccer Ladder. We are so excited to have you.
I'm happy to. It's nice to meet you guys, and I'm happy to be in your podcast and in the show. It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much. So, Lee, do you know how we know Jeroen?
How?
He is friends with Alessio, correct?
Yes, exactly. He was a colleague of me.
Yeah, it's such like a beautiful small world and all. Let's get started on a couple of questions. Liam is going to kick us off.
Can you briefly walk us through your coaching journey?
Yeah, for sure. I started my career in STVV. It's a small club in Belgium, but also first division, and they are doing very well this year. The first team is third or fourth in the competition now, so they are doing well. And after 3 years, I moved to Anderlecht. For me, it was a dream came true because I was a supporter of the club since I was a little child, and the academy was well known in Europe of one of the biggest academies. So it was an honor to make that move, and I worked there for almost 7 years, 7.5. And then I moved up to Antwerp, and the reason why was very clear. The director of Anderlecht moved also to Antwerp, and I was loyal to him, so that was the reason why I moved from Anderlecht to Antwerp. But like I said, three clubs and I'm coaching now for almost 12 years, so it's a while. So I'm happy.
What a 12 years. You've been coaching at some
Yes.
amazing places. Royal Antwerp is known as the oldest club in Belgium. What does that identity mean to you as a youth coach?
For me, yeah, they call it also the Great Old, and it's exactly like that. It's a club with a lot of history, and I think the supporters of the team, these are the most real ones, if I can call it like that. Even if they were in the second division, the stadium was full, and I think we proved it 2 weeks ago because the stadium is kind of new, and the last stand opened against Genk in the last competition game at home, and it's just amazing. We call it in Dutch Tribune 2. You need to search that one, and it's just amazing. It's just amazing. If you go to the DAZN app, you can see a little documentary about it, and it's just insane. It's like, yeah, it's we are playing with one player, and we are playing 12 against 11, and it's just the supporters behind the club. So that's a little bit also the identity of Antwerp. It's hard work. It's with a lot of mentality. And that's a little bit where the first team is standing for. Um, but it's an amazing club.
I love
Mhm.
that. Oh, I hope one day we get to visit. Maybe this
This
summer.
summer, yeah.
Maybe this summer we hope to come back and do more training. That'll be on our itinerary.
For sure, always a warm welcome.
Having been at both Anderlecht and Antwerp, what's one key similarity or one key difference in how they develop players?
I think we are looking to the individual player, also at Anderlecht and also at Antwerp. It's kind of logic because the same director is working now for Antwerp, who was working for Anderlecht in the past. So we are looking a lot at the individual player. Our goal is to put as much youth players in the first team. That's our only goal, and I think in Anderlecht we did kind of well. And now in Antwerp, we are starting with it. Since 2 weeks, there is a guy of 16 years old in the first team. So we are trying to do the same. The difference is, the name of the academy. Anderlecht has a big reputation in Europe and also, in America. Everyone knows Anderlecht and the youth academy. With Antwerp, it's a little bit less because 1 month ago I was on a tournament in Qatar, and you know that if you arrive on a tournament and it was with Anderlecht, everyone knows the team. With Antwerp, it was not like that. We were like underdog, but we are doing quite well with every age group in Belgium. So we are step by step, we are building a little bit the same, or we're trying to build a little bit the same as at Anderlecht, but on a different way. I think the physical part is also important in Antwerp, because in Anderlecht you have a lot of talent in each group. In Antwerp you also have it, but a little bit less and different than in Anderlecht. So we need to adapt a little bit the way of work, but in general the goal is the same. We want to develop individuals. We try to reach the first team with them, and it can be very soon, because the guy that I mentioned last year, he was playing in the under 16 competition, and now he's playing for the first team. So it was going fast for him.
Like here in the US, even kids are signing or going up to the first team younger and younger. Liam plays for Red Bulls Academy, and we had a kid, I think he moved up to the first team. He might have been 15
15 or
even.
16.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on kids moving up that young?
I think every situation is a little bit different, because you have a lot of parts in football. You have the mental state of a player, you have the technical abilities, and you have the physical abilities. And I think if a player is ready, we don't look at ages. We are just looking if the individual player is ready to make the step to the first team, and if it can be an important part in his development, because the only way to develop players is playing time. And if it's in under 16, second team, first team, for me, it doesn't matter where. If it's the best step in his career, you just need to do it. And it's quite nice that clubs are ready to give some minutes to their grassroots players and their own grown players, because it's the most important. Because otherwise, you don't need to have a youth academy. You just buy players when they are arriving in the first team and they have the age of 18 years old. So for me, if a player is ready, you can do it. We saw now with Anderlecht, Nathan de Kat. He was a guy that I had also in Anderlecht, and he was mentioned as Player of the Month last month. So he's only 17 years old. So I just mean you don't need to be 30 or 25 to be the best player in the competition.
You coached across U10 to U14 and assisted at U16. How did working across those ages shape your development philosophy?
The quality of an academy is that the way of thinking and the way of working is the same, even from under 10 until under 16. The story that you are telling to the boys, and the goal, it needs to be the same on every age. You need to work at under 10 to prepare them to under 11, to prepare them at the end to second team, first team. And that was a quality at Anderlecht. It was stable. Now at Antwerp, we try to do the same. So if a coach under 15 is talking about football, he needs to talk the same way as the coach under 10. Because you need to tell the same story to the players, to the parents. And if you, as a foreign, is watching a youth game of the under 10s, and you are in the afternoon looking a game of the under 14, you need to recognize similar things in the coaching of the coach, in the style of play, on the individual players. Which kind of player do we want to develop? I think that's a very important thing. And that was something that I saw in Anderlecht, also at Antwerp, that the story that we tell was, or the story that we told was the same. Just in under 16, there are other things more important, like the physical part. They are at the gym. An under 10 player is not at the gym, for example. Analyzes, playing with GPS, these kind of things. That's and the biggest step in Anderlecht, for example, was you have the youth academy, and then you go to Neerpede, and Neerpede was or is the building where the first team is. So when you make the step from the under 13s to the under 14, you move up, and Neerpede is on a hill. So yeah, as a coach under 10, you can say, okay, now you are working to one day maybe go upstairs and to train up on the hill. And in Antwerp, it's a little bit the same. We have dressing rooms from number one until number 13 until number one. And then the next step is the door between the under 23 room and the first team. So it's really a door and you can enter it. And then, yeah, there's a step you need to make.
It's kind of that way. It's going to be changing because of the new
Yeah,
facility, but it's kind of the same way at Red Bull's Academy as well. I mean, does that give you a motivation seeing like the first team players?
right next to us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
And I know with like Red Bulls, maybe more so with like Anderlecht, it's the same philosophy from pre-academy all the way up to
Pro.
Salzburg.
Leipzig.
Yeah. I mean, they literally have like the same coaching philosophy.
Yeah, and I would like say Anderlecht, and also we try to install to do it now in Antwerp. It's like a family, you know. If there was an article or documentary 2 weeks ago about our director, and yesterday Romelu Lukaku mentioned it on his Instagram. So he mentioned as yeah, Romelu Lukaku was developed in Anderlecht. And so he was mentioning yesterday on his Instagram that Jean Kindermans, our director, was the GOAT, so one of the greatest academy directors in the world. And like I said, all the ex-players, all the old players, they are now like Yuri Tielemans, like Romelu Lukaku, they all played for Anderlecht. And they are always talking about Neerpede and always talking about Mr. Kindermans, always talking about the internships that we did. So yeah, it's still yeah, it's like a family, you know. It's once you was part of them, you are always part of them. So yeah, that's nice.
What is one habit that separates elite players from good players?
I would like to say high performance culture. I think if you want to be the best player in the world, you need to do sacrifices, you know, and it starts with for sure technical abilities and hard work on the pitch, but a career also starts beside the pitch, like nutrition, well-being. Also, for me, guys from under 13, 14, school, it's very important because we want to educate a professional football player, but also, yeah, just a person, and a good person needs to work at school also because you need to have a plan B at the end. So it's also important for us. We have a lot of people who are working at the club just for the school part. So yeah, they're also like supported by us to do their schoolwork and to have good results at school. So it's also an important part. So, and that's a lot of sacrifices that you need to make.
At what age do you think like the nutrition and like rest and recovery becomes important?
I would like to say from the age of under 10, you need to be aware of it. You don't need to have a dietist or something like that. But at Anderlecht and at Antwerp, we try to do games with them. For example, we have some cookies and we have some fruit, and we show them, and then we say, okay, what's the best that you can have now? And that's our small games at the age of under 10. It's like, yeah, children who are playing games, but at the same time, they are learning a little bit of it. And then, yeah, for sure, how older you get, like under 14, yeah, then if we go to a tournament, they know exactly what they can eat, what they need to do, when they need to take some rest, when they need to go to the physio, this kind. We were in Qatar for 1 week, and we had a whole program from the dietist with us. So yeah, they were well prepared on the part of nutrition and everything. So because it was important.
Yeah. At Lee, what age do you guys start getting a nutritionist? Do you know?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't even know if do we have one?
I think it comes at some age. But anyhow, I love that you guys
Yeah,
have that
that's smart.
for the kids.
Yeah, also our parents are educated by yeah, she called Femke, but like last year, under 13, 14, they had a meeting, players' parents with her, and they explained everything about nutrition, what's important before, during, after games, before training, and etc. So, yeah.
When you first watch a young player, what stands out immediately?
His technical abilities. I love technical players. For me, for example, now the best player of my team, he's a late major player, and I love it because he's technical, that strong, and that's why people go to the stadium later on. They love to see players enjoying the game and that they are. Uh, we call it yeah, the king of the ball, like something like that. um that's something that I love. So sometimes if things are hard, I'm going to watch a game from the under nines, under tens, and then you see kids just loving the game and playing with the ball and do technical things, and that's something that I like. And then you remember why you are coaching, just for that. So that's the first thing that I'm always watching, technical abilities from a guy.
How important is a kid's like personality? Does that ever come into play? Like if they're like really good technically, but terrible, like, I don't know, terrible attitude.
Yes, for sure. But I think as a good coach or as the greatest coach in the world, you need to handle it. And because the best players in the world are not always the easiest characters. So yeah, you need to handle it. That's also a part of coaching, and maybe the most difficult part of coaching. It's the mental part, because everyone can give a training session, technical session, but you have 20 players in the group, and yeah, you need to handle all the 20 players. You need to keep them in the team, because only handle the best players, it's easy. You need to, yeah, because maybe one day you need to have player 16, 17 to play for you. And yeah, if you let them fall apart, it's quite difficult. So
One piece of advice you have for young players.
patience, patience, because early major, late major, at a certain moment, quality will be there and will, yeah, will win. I say quality will win every time, but also patience on the part. If you are a good player in under 13, 14, for sure other clubs are calling you, and they put some money on it and they want to give you big contracts. And for me, as a young player, you need to be patient and you need to develop your qualities in the best environment. And it's not always the biggest club or the club where you earn a lot of money. It's a club where you're feeling safe. So that's the thing that the message I'm giving to my players. And I think we are doing well to keep them with us. Um, because yeah, too fast is it's never good. Too slow neither. But yeah, that's something.
I feel like every person that we've had on the podcast has said that. It's very important for kids and parents to hear because they want their kid to be like at the best, like at the best academy, or in their mind, that's where they want their child. But the child has to be safe and growing and getting better and getting their time. I think there's just so much more to it, than just the name.
For sure, for sure. You need to look where you're feeling good, and you need to look a little bit at your own development and not at money or infrastructures or names of clubs. Because one day, if you want to play for Barcelona, for example, and you are a really good player, and that's your main goal, one day you will arrive. But if you are going too soon, it can be a difficult part or a difficult moment in your career, because you will playing less, maybe because there are other players in your position who are better than you at that moment. So yeah, you just need to take your time and feeling good. That's the most important.
Since you're on with us, I have to ask this question. If an American player wants to prepare for a European academy environment, what should they start focusing on now?
I think, yeah, we're developing, in players who are, how I need to say, if we're watching a player, he needs to be a technical player in our academy. So I'm talking for Anderlecht, I'm talking for Genk also, I'm talking for Antwerp. There are other teams in Belgium, they are looking more to the physical part. So, but if a player from America wants to join us, he needs to be, technical, okay. For sure, we're looking to the whole package. He needs to be, like I said, a smart guy. That's something that we like also. And then I don't mean at school, but look, football intelligence. And for example, we made a transfer from Philadelphia Union, Devin de Korte. And that was normally the player who maybe joined us today, but yesterday he had a competition game and he played. He was in the starting 11 for the second team of Anderlecht.
What? Wait, what's his name? I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. What?
Devin de Korte. He was, I think he won the MLS Cup under 17 with Philly, and then he came over to Anderlecht.
That's amazing. What position does he play? Do you know?
Midfielder, number 10, number 8. And he signed a professional contract in Anderlecht now. So, and he's playing for the second team. Yesterday he played, I don't know if he played 90 minutes yesterday, but he was in the starting 11 of the second team. So,
Wow. And I mean, you guys are definitely looking at players in the US, right?
yeah, for sure. We are looking abroad, like everyone does. There are now a lot of international tournaments where you're looking for players. For example, like I mentioned, he was playing for New York Academy under 15, Oliver. And I saw him. I saw him on the under 13 tournament in Bassevelde. It's a tournament in Belgium, and I noticed him. And last summer, he was on a training camp with us just during holidays. He did the 1 week because he was on holiday in Belgium, and yeah, we keep the contact. So you never know if one day he's an adult and it's possible to make a transfer to Europe. Maybe he can do it because he will have some connections.
I love that. That's an awesome story. Okay, one final question because time goes way too fast.
What are your thoughts on the World Cup?
The World Cup, I'm curious because it's with a lot of teams, and for sure I'm a supporter of Belgium. But I love to see a World Cup because there are always new, like I said, new influences. Coaches are trying new systems, new tactical and technical things. So it's always nice to analyze games. So sometimes I'm watching games as a coach, sometimes as a supporter. And I'm going to the Grand Place in Brussels to watch games. But I think it will be, for me, the World Cup, it will be a strange one because Belgium, we have a good place to play and not that far away, but some teams need to travel a lot between the games. And I think the team who is, handling this kind of things the best, it will be the team that will go the farthest in the tournament. So the external factors will be an influence for me during the World Championships. But I think the teams that are always there, like France, England, even Belgium, I think we had a difficult qualification, but if everyone is there with Lukaku, De Bruyne, if they are back into the team, I think we can be an outsider also. So I hope so.
Well, outside of USA, I am rooting for Belgium. I've become a big Belgium fan, so
Nice to hear that. Nice to hear that.
we look forward to meeting you. We typically come like end of July.
End of July.
Yeah, right after the World Cup. So hopefully we get to meet you this summer.
For sure. Always welcome when you guys are in Belgium. I would like to invite you and to give some training sessions and to show you around in our environment. So
Awesome. Well, thank you so
you can show your skills to us.
I know it's late there too, so I hope you get a good night's sleep. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to meet you guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.